Bank Senior Center.
And folks, we do want to invite you to show us pictures or videos of what you're dealing with today. That really helps us paint the picture of what's going on around West Michigan. So a quick reminder, you can always send us your pictures and your videos to our Chime In gallery. To do that, you'll go to our website, WWMT.com, and then you'll click the Chime In tab. It'll be a menu over on the left side of your screen. So show us what you're dealing with today. We have learned a man from Holland and his brother were shot and killed in Florida. Police say they found 3 men on Saturday. The brothers' names were Robert and Douglas Kraft, and there was another man from Ohio who had also been shot and killed. Police say it appears to be random, but they did arrest a suspect, and he was just in court for the first time. He was denied bond, and he faces 3 counts of murder.
Protesters braving the cold to stand on the state capitol steps in Lansing. They're speaking out against U.S. intervention in Venezuela. They argue the only reason the Trump administration is taking action is for the country's oil.
We don't want another Vietnam. We don't want any of that. It's a waste of our money, and it is 100% motivated by oil and control. We want dominance, and we want to control their oil fields, and we can't allow that.
Venezuela's acting president, Delcy Rodriguez, has said she's advocating for opening the country's oil industry to more foreign investment in response to the Trump administration. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, Venezuela has about 1/5 of the world's global oil reserves.
President Trump says he'll put tariffs on countries that don't like his plan to take Greenland over. He says we need it for our national security. But European leaders say Greenland is a self-governing territory of Denmark, and they say that needs to be respected. CBS News' Natalie Brandt has more.
A trade war is in no one's interest.
European leaders are pushing back as President Trump doubles down on his push to acquire Greenland, issuing a new threat to impose tariffs of up to 25% on key allies, including Denmark, France, and the UK, until a deal is reached.
Alliances endure because they're built on respect and partnership, not pressure.
Amid calls to de-escalate, Norway's prime minister confirmed he received a message from President Trump saying, in part, due to the decision to award someone other than himself the Nobel Peace Prize, he no longer feels an obligation to think purely of peace and can now think about what is good and proper for the United States.
We are not going to outsource our national security.
The Trump administration maintains it must control the strategic Arctic island to protect the U.S. from threats posed by China and Russia.
If there were an attack on Greenland from Russia, from some other area, we would get dragged in. So better now, peace through strength, make it part of the United States.
But lawmakers from both sides of the aisle said the standoff over Greenland is making the world less safe. And a bipartisan group just wrapped up a trip to Denmark to try and reassure allies in person.
Part of the point of this trip is to have a bipartisan group of members of Congress listen respectfully to our friends.
Greenland needs to be viewed as our ally, not as an asset.
Over the weekend, thousands of protesters demonstrated in Denmark and Greenland against President Trump's plan, saying the island is not for sale. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the White House.
And a new poll from CBS says 70% of people don't want President Trump to use federal funding to buy Greenland, and 86% of people say they don't want us to use military force.
Now to a live look at the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial in Washington, D.C. He gave his iconic I Have a Dream speech in 1963 on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. Today, on this third Monday of January, he's recognized for his legacy of equality, justice, and nonviolent protests. For some, it's also a day off from work or school, but to King's family, today is about helping others.
And Kalamazoo's wreath-laying ceremony for MLK Day is going to be inside. It'll be at the Don Cooney Cultivation Center at the Kalamazoo Farmers Market over on Bank Street, and that'll be at 4 this afternoon.
A train collision in Spain leaving more than 30 dead and 100 others hurt. Why the death toll is expected to rise.
Kirk, thank you very much. Wind chill right now at Three Rivers is minus 10 degrees. We've got multiple days in your 7-day forecast with low temperatures below zero. We're going to tell you when. You're watching News Channel 3 live at noon. Tell you when. You're watching News Channel 3 live at noon.
Monday, Momoa's back.
Well, I'm kind of like you.
Then you must be nuts. Plus, from people we meet on vacation, Tom Blythe and Emily Bader. Next, Kelly. I'm very excited. Okay.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, today at 4 on News Channel 3. Dams at risk for a catastrophic failure, even though money was set aside to fix the problem. Dangerous dams are still here.
Dams are starting to fall on disrepair.
News Channel 3's chief meteorologist Keith Thompson exposes the high cost of dangerous dams. Tonight at 11 on News Channel 3.
Let the confetti fly. Celebrate 2026 with an amazing wall side offer. Half off every window, plus an extra 15% off for cash. For 6 years, 0% interest till 2032. Wall side.
Sonia and Gerald trust Prevagen for their brains, and this is their story.
I'm Sonia.
And I'm Gerald.